Hey everybody, Adam from Team Swish here. So this is going to be kind of a different video today. Not exactly sure what the final product of this is going to look like. Still kind of working through some ideas. But what this is going to be is my playthrough from the Sunday, November 28th Vintage Eternal Weekend Mox Ruby event. So for those of you who don't follow my content, I have been gearing up the past couple of weeks to play in this Vintage Eternal Weekend event. I've been streaming exclusively, entirely exclusively Vintage for the last couple of weeks. So why no stream here? So I wanted to really put my all into this event. With the fact that Eternal Weekend only comes around once a year, and with the fact that I don't necessarily play as much Vintage as I have previously, I really kind of wanted to focus for this event. So I'm not streaming this event. Instead, you're going to see this recording after the fact. It's all edited, cleaned up, made all pretty like. And then there will probably be an accompanying article on the Swish Gaming website. So check that out. That will kind of document the kind of full process of how we got here. So in that regard, what are we playing? Well, the answer is we are playing, just casually waiting for Magic Online things, don't mind me. We are playing Vintage Blue Tinker. What is Blue Tinker? So Blue Tinker is a almost mono blue deck. We have a very, very light black splash for Vampiric Tutor and Demonic Tutor, and a couple of sideboard removal, pieces of removal. And then we can cast this Sphinx of the Steel Wind. Realistically, we're trying to put it into play for 3 mana with Tinker. But it is technically castable by way of Black Lotus, Mox Pearl, Mox Jet, what have you. So I chose Blue Tinker because after testing quite a few different things, which I'll kind of talk more about at the end of this whole process, I really like the feel of this deck. There are a couple of other decks that felt very, very powerful, but they felt like they'd have very, very hard time with very specific cards. Cards that are reasonably common, and I didn't want to box myself into that corner where it's like, oh, okay, well, my opponent's hate thing resolved and I had to concede the game. Like, this Blue Tinker list feels like it has game against a lot of different things. And so I kind of wanted to go somewhere more this direction. The one change I did make from when I initially picked up the list, initially the Sphinx of the Steel Wind was in the sideboard, and this Mystical Dispute was main. I was kind of unimpressed with Mystical Dispute kind of across the board. There are definitely matchups where it's great, and then there are matchups where it's atrocious. So I would rather have a second Tinker, or an additional Tinker target in my deck, instead of this maybe it's okay counterspell. So that's kind of where we ended up. A couple of quick things going into this. For anyone who's watched my content before, normally I have some music playing. That will not be happening today. I didn't want to kind of micromanage music all day, and I really wanted to be able to kind of listen to something that helped me like stay focused and relax. So I will be listening to music. That's why I will have headphones on for the duration of this video. But there will be no music playing in the background of the gameplay. If it does get a little quiet, my apologies. But I just wanted to make sure that the gameplay was at its best, that I could really focus and that I could really be in the zone when I needed to be, and not have to kind of worry about, oh, well, I can't play that one because that one's going to get copyright claimed or what have you. So that's kind of where we're at there. So without further ado, we have about 10 minutes until the event starts. Event is currently sitting at 274 registered players, 275 registered players. So this should be a nice long one today. The video you will see of this will be chopped into a lot of the downtime and the wait time and things like that will be chopped out. My apologies if the editing is a little rough. I'm still kind of getting the hang of editing videos. So you'll kind of see, you might see some really awkward transitions between kind of, you know, the end of a match, a little bit of dead space, and then right into something else. But yeah, that should be all of that for now. And I'll catch you all again here once the event goes live here in about 9 minutes. All right. Round 1 is underway. We have lost the die roll, which is not exactly where we want to be. Okay. I'm going to keep this because this has enough tools, I think, for most matchups. My opponent is mulligan to 6. Puts a card to the bottom. Okay. Ruby, sure. Fucking unfortunate. Shops in round 1, no counter magic for the 3-ball. Gross. Strip mine? Yikes. This isn't a great spot to be in, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. Doesn't look like the opponent really has any going, though. Gross. Them having the 3-ball on turn 1 is kind of atrocious. We float because we're supposed to. Having double fetch was great. Finding another fetch is great. Yeah, you're not really getting anywhere with that strip at the present moment, friend. You gotta strip me end step and then... Oh, and of course we miss here. What am I discarding? Probably this brainstorm because I don't think it does anything. Okay, apparently opponent's gonna try to double strip me here. It's not looking great. Opponent's already taken A couple of lands off of us. I think if we miss a land drop here, we're probably dead. Yup. Confirmed dead. Herx. This. Could board in Needle for their garbage. Karn. Citadel's pretty bad. Misstep's atrocious. Flusters are bad. Can bring in my Needle. I could try to board in some amount of this creature removal. I think Herx is just gonna be better most of the time. Force of Negation's still good. If we assemble the garbage Twister Hull Breacher nonsense, they just lose the game on the spot. You can't really stop us. I like this enough. So we boarded in some Hercules Recalls, Epiphany Needle, and a Karn the Great Creator, and we caught Flusterstorm's Mental Misstep and Bolus's Citadel. The reason here to cut Bolus's Citadel being that if opponent does put a Trinisphere or Sphere or something in play, Citadel gets a whole lot worse real quick because it means that our free spells aren't really free. All right. Keep. Put Saga into play. I have double force if I should need it. I'm going to put the key into play too because I don't think it hurts anything to do that. Opponent just randomly missteps me and I feel completely and totally crushed. One of the big reasons to put key into play here is Tolarian Academy is one of the best lands when the opponent is probably playing some number of Null Rods. So because of that, I want to have access to more artifacts in play, and I want to get them out in front of their garbage. No. Yup. I mean, you had to expect that opponent, right? Wasteland me, sure. Yep. Can't do anything about that one. Chalice Zero is unfortunate, but not unbeatable. Draws Mox, gets angry. Alright. Gonna play this on Wasteland. If I could shut off any of their mana, I certainly would. I just want access to my Hull Breacher if I get to enough mana where that matters. Opponent is on pretty low resources. An opponent decided to Wasteland me on one instead of like actually developing into anything. Realistically, I just have to erase their Mana Crypt. Good. That's a great start. I mean, yeah, that's fine. Remote key? Yeah. Saga's decent. That's going to make my life kind of annoying. Oh, right. Shit. Already forgot about their Chalice. That was good. Well done. Oh. Okay. Construct, yup. Opponent has to decide right now. Okay. Opponent appears to be on the, like, beats plan now. You're going to attack with a couple of things and do whatever, and that's kind of okay. I wouldn't hate finding another needle. That doesn't really do anything. Opponent's going to clock pretty fast here. Basically what I'm looking for is land into walk into Hercules them. Land into walk into Herx would be about the absolute best. Because I think right now Herxing my opponent in their end step is absolutely savage. Okay, so that's 8 points of damage, 9 points of damage. They're going to put probably a piece of artifact mana into play, I have to imagine, so they can activate this Saga and make another construct. I'm on a 2-turn clock. I mean, yeah. That's, like, pretty irrelevant, honestly. My out was and is Hercules Recall, right? Land. Come on. Well, that's pretty rough. So advice I would give to anyone who is watching this, who is maybe interested in playing the event but a little intimidated, don't be. Like, the kind of the beauty of these events is that they are, one, a little more accessible by their nature. You get access to the quote-unquote God accounts, where you can kind of dabble around. That was part of how I was able to kind of start my testing and whatever. I didn't have to worry about, oh, what about my rental account? Like, it doesn't matter. I can just jam my deck together and jam some practice games or jam some leagues or whatever. Yes, I would love to play first. Hand doesn't really do anything, though. He doesn't really do anything. Gas? Bonus points if we draw Mox. Mox, yes. Saga, sure. Alright. That one's gonna happen whether we like it or not. I don't have enough fluster power here to beat it. Opponent has the 2 to pay. They played that very, very well. Opponent has another Saga. Reasonable. I'm going to fetch here. Reasonable. Alright. So opponent plans on making a construct here. Oh, they do. Hull Breacher. Make sure that targeted correctly. You got another force? No? Cool. cool. Yup. Okay. Lotus, yup. Brave of you, but I understand. White, white, white. Oh, okay. Yup. Okay, that's where we're at. Crypt, yes. So, I kind of put opponent on Tinker. It turns out opponent's on PO. Yikes. This time twister just got way worse. What you revealed me? Force of Will. Okay. Activate this. No, I think I want to make the construct here. And then grab Lotus. Play another one of these. I don't think it gets better if I let opponent have more cards. Make you force. Sick. Now we're both bent on resources. I have this 8/8. Alright. Worth noting here, too, opponent's Pithy Needle cannot name treasure tokens, so they're probably trying to name Urza's... Oh, Manifold Key. Okay, look at the top 4 cards. They're looking for Time Vault. Ah. Shit. Yeah. That's just opponent going Tinker into Time Vault, win the game. Alright. Gross. They didn't Tinker away. They didn't Tinker away Crypt. That's very brave of you, opponent. Like, I have Large Beastie. You have Mana Crypt. Trade these off now. Oh, right. Yep, my math is bad. That was enough damage. Okay. Disputes. I think I want a couple of these. I want this Karn. Vamp feels pretty bad. Can needle their Sagas, which feels fine. I think Twister is actually a trap. Herx feels fine, but not incredible. I'm worried about Eliminate Push for Mentor specifically. So I don't know that I can just go over top of a Mentor. Sphinx feels like it doesn't matter. If I'm going to tinker, I want to tinker in a $7 vault key. Cut 2 more cards, he says. Okay. Thoughts on cutting 2 more cards? I want all my counter spells. I guess our plan is to not Herx them. Just kind of bully their stuff other ways. And then what else? Karn feels strictly correct, but I'm trying to figure out where it fits. I guess I can cut a needle? Maybe? Huh. I mean, if Dispute's absolutely for this matchup. Force Negation's absolutely for this matchup. Interesting. I guess only leave myself 1 piece of removal and just keep counterspell heavy. It ain't that. This is supremely slow. Alright. Ship the needle. Ship the time walk. Done. Probe you for life. How good is your hand? Misstep, Herx, Vamp. Their hand doesn't do anything. Okay. Their hand just does nothing. Okay. Their hand is purely reactive. And with no fast mana, no nothing. Misstep this ring? Misstep the ring. Cool. So their misstep is gone. Their delta is in play. Play my turn, say go. Yes. Gonna let opponent vamp here. So I feel like anything that opponent can vamp for, I can kind of beat. There's Tarn. Yes. Fluster this. So opponent would have to absolutely hemorrhage cards in order to beat this. They'd have to force one. Oh, did you draw your own Fluster? Oh, pay and then force. They, yep, pay, force. So I know that they have Pyroblast and 1 other card in hand. Alright. Jets. Soul Ring, sure. Hull Breacher. Enjoy, opponent. Opponent has Blast, but it's about how many other things does opponent have. And I don't think it can be that many. Oh, right. You don't work that way. You're not actually Blue Blast, you just feel like Blue Blast a lot of the time. Yikes. That's not what we wanted. Dash Ragavan. That sucks a lot. Opponent flips my Mana Crypt. Good. Great. Spectacular. Couldn't have asked for better. Alright. I don't really have anything I need to needle at the moment, so I'm just gonna wait. And slowly let opponent die to their Mana Crypt, I guess. This is Dash Ragavan yet again, yes. Yikes. That's very bad. There's Saga. Alright. Cast this needle. Make you give it all up. So, game plan here. No, opponent did use that blast. Mox, sure. Dash Ragavan. Notably, opponent did win their Mana Crypt flip there, which is actually kind of big. They exiled my Misty, which would have been nice. Alright. Misty, Lotus, this. Probe. Blue. Dig. Red. Blast. Yup. Not great. That's a 5/5. Next turn take 6, 7, 8, 9. Go to 1. Draws that matter include Ancestral Recall. I understand. Even those are pretty few and far between. Brainstorm. Yikes. That'll do it. Once again, died to Vault Key. Yep. So, yeah, that's pretty savage. It turned out that opponent flipping my Mana Crypt was actually super huge there because it shut off my Mystical Dispute being a card that mattered. That's unfortunate. The reason to tax them and make them pay with their treasures was to decrease the clock from their construct in hopes that we drew into cards that actually mattered. We did not. So that's 0-2. Down 1 to Mishra's Workshop, the Prison Shops deck, and then down to Tinker? 4-color Tinker? Something to that effect. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright, everybody. We will be back for round 3. Win the die roll. Let's go. Yes, please. Yeah. Turn 1 Urza with some garbage feels rad. Let's see. Lotus. Blue Urza. This is Force and Flusterback. This is not a particularly large construct, but I think that it will do some work in getting us there. Pearl's fine. Strip mine, sure. You got it. Not sure what opponent is on right now. Pearl could mean just about anything on the planet. So make our attacks. Still have Force and Fluster back because of Manifold Key here. Okay. Pithy Needle this Wasteland so that I can fetch without feeling bad about it. Probably should have just left the fetch uncracked, but I also wanted access to my Fluster if I need it, which it looks like I won't. This Fluster's going to be hot garbage, in fact. Great, we found another pitch card. Rad. So now this is just keep clocking. We now have access to Force of Will, pitching Flusterstorm, and Force of Negation Hardcast. Turn 1 Urza, pretty okay. Lotus is fine. Another Wasteland they can't activate. That's good. Mana Vault's okay. Force of Negation. Opponent has had enough. Alright. So Hercules recalls. Trying to decide if I think opponent is on Ravager shops, prison shops, or combo shops. I think I want this needle. I think I want my Karn. I think these flusters can go. Opponent does have some number of ones. Can probably cut Citadel and then leave the rest as is. There's arguments for Dismember, Eliminate, Fatal Push. There's also arguments for this other needle. I think I'm just going to submit like this. Opponent didn't think about that very long at all. Alright. So this is going to have a really rough time if opponent just has a turn 1 like Sphere or Return a Sphere. Beyond that, it's pretty gas. Do I play for them to have it? They also have some of their cards in their deck. Lodestone. And a mulligan. That feels a little risky. This has no lands. I guess ship this one down, ship Demonic Tutor down, done. Like, I think the first one might have just been better than this. Mox is fine. Sphere, sure. Ghost Quarter, yep. It's actually going to be okay for me, funny enough. Saga. Ghost Quarter now. Mox. Mox. Say go. If opponent Ghost Quarters me here, it's actually kind of actively good for me because it gives me the blue source I need to cast this Rickle's Recall. Ancient Tomb, sure. It's where you just Null Rod me and I get real sad. Null Rod would be pretty atrocious, not gonna lie. Opponent isn't quite sure what their plan is yet. You played your land for turn, waiting for you to pay costs. Okay, opponent, what are we feeling? No. Sick. Floats. Yes. Basic island. Could Herx here, but I don't think it's actively good to do so. Time Walk is free. On tap. Play another Saga. Opponent doesn't feel, only has 2 cards left in hand. Sure. Irks you? Cool. Not really what I was looking for, but I guess. Mox is fine. Tellurian Academy, that's a pretty good one. That's also your land drop for turn, which matters. Lodestone's gonna resolve. Sphere, sure. Three. What's the draw step show us? Draw step shows us Vamp. I don't think Vamp is particularly good here. So Tinker currently costs way too much mana to even consider. I guess there was an argument there to not make the construct, but I think the construct is very good. So we can Lotus for the blue we need. I can attack. Deal. Okay. What do you got, opponent? I think Golos is actually just fine. It doesn't feel like something I'm particularly scared of. I guess the punish here is if they... Oh, Urza Saga. Sure, I can beat that. I think I can wait for my draw step to dig. I can, and it was very good to do so. So I can leave this Lotus in play longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blue, red. Dig. Time Vault, Manifold Key. Any order? All right. So this is where I have to decide. Do I want to crack this Lotus to get one of these into play? I can't do both because they cost 5 mana collectively. I think I'm just supposed to. Show you Time Vault. Opponent has a couple of turns before they have access to the needle here. So I have the ability to untap, Manifold Key, go infinite. I have nothing in play dealing damage to me. Things that punish are naturally drawn. The naturally drawn key, or needle, or revoker. I don't think it necessarily behooves me in any way, shape, or form to wait to try to do this. Sphere is fine. So 1, 2, 3 still have the thing. Relic of Progenitus, which doesn't matter. Sure. No, thank you. It's yours. You got it. Key. Cool. So, took it versus shops. Yeah, so I mentioned how in round 1, I quote unquote got vintaged. Opponent had very, very strong hands, and I didn't have the interaction to back it up. This time I went for a more interactive hand. I went for a hand that had specifically Hurkyl's Recall, and I was able to misstep their Mana Vault, which kept him from developing as quickly, and that kind of really changes the texture of the game. So that is round 3. We're now 1 and 2, and I will see you again when we are ready for round 4. Sure. Find basic island, play key, say go. Don't even consider fighting over key because it's not worth it right now. Opponent's mold 6. But what I was saying is that opponent could have easily had ways to put that combo back into play and then just like keep doing this. Puts a card in the bottom. This. Fetch. Island. Key. Cat. Savannah. Mox. Ah, yes, good. Two. Please don't. Yeah. So this is the green-white Luminarch Aspirant deck. Cauldra. Traps. Is this where you force a vigor me, you monster? No? Okay. Okay, well that's kind of unfortunate. Human, sure. Activate Stoneforge Mystic, yes. Put in Cauldra. You got it. 100% promise we're not blocking. You got it. Probably gonna die to this. Well, that's at least remotely useful, I suppose. Ruby's fine. Yeah. Goodbye, Stoneforge. You don't have an uncounterable Stoneforge going forward either, which feels pretty okay for me. Reasonable. What do we got? Tinker? Not Tinker. It's looking for Hercule's Recall. I mean, yeah. Flashed in Containment Priest. Tinker now less good. Tinker now much less good. Yup. Go to 1. This turns off my fetch land, which is pretty bad. Uncounterable Thalia. Rough. That ain't it. Alright. This. Basic. Flosters are pretty atrocious. Citadel feels like it's a whole meme and a half. Get my Hercules because their equipment is what matters. Misstep's probably not going to be that great. Force of Negation still feels like it's something I want. Gotta cut 1 card. What's the 1 card? If we Time Twister, we just get ahead of all of their garbage forever. I'm gonna shave Probe. Oh, Vamp. Oh, I think I'd rather have Vamp than Probe. If I'm gonna pay 2 life, I want to make sure that it's actually gonna kill my opponent. This feels like the kind of hand that I want. These Hull Breachers are like mostly just on blocking duty, but that's okay. Yeah, once is fine. Not gonna fight over your digging. Like, there's a reasonable argument to fight over this card. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because the reality of Once Upon a Time is this deck runs a fairly small number of lands, and sometimes they keep a hand. Glad we didn't fetch. It's unfortunate that we have this Saga that we're gonna have to Cavern, wrecked. Human, sure. Noble? Yeah, that's whatever. I can just Merchant Scroll now, grab Ancestral. Yeah, I like this well enough. Scroll's really slow in this matchup, but I think that it's reasonable enough to have access to. Because of stuff like this, where I'm going to draw 3 cards, and there's not really a whole lot my opponent can do about it. Alright. Wasteland, yes. This is on... Okay, so they have a human. Is it Athalia? It is Athalia. That's okay. Noble gonna pop in for damage. Reasonable. Can't say that I blame you. No blocks. I think I'm more interested in Ancestral this turn than I am in Hullbreacher, just for the simple fact that this Thalia says that if I cast Ancestral, or if I cast Hullbreacher, I don't get access to Force of Will. And I think Artifact Mana and getting ahead, I think Tinker specifically is how I win this matchup. I floated. What are you going to do about it? You know that I have Ancestral Recall. Cast this Ancestral, target me. Deal. Take 3 off Thalia. I didn't find Artifact Mana, which is unfortunate, but I did find access to a 3rd basic, which I like a lot. Green, white. Liberator, sure. If a player casts no spells. So I don't love that this puts me shields down for the turn, I'm not going to lie about it. But what this does do is gets the Hullbreacher in play. Next turn, I untap, play Underground Sea, cast Time Twister for 4. 1 Stoneforge Mystic. Uncounterable because of Thalia. Yes. You've already played your land for turn, so that's not going to matter. You're going to get your Cauldra. I'm going to Mind Twist you and make a billion mana and then go absolutely ballistic. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Thalia, 3 damage is fine. Play this. Cast Time Twister. Yeah, I mean, you get another thing in play. I'm gonna get a bunch of mana. Alright. So, this is cast demonic tutor, blue, black, have 4 mana left. Oh, I can't tinker here though. I'm gonna grab tinker. Two mana ancestral. Sack 2, target them, get 3 mana. It's 5. That lets me tinker, sacking one of the treasures to get Sphinx. I don't hate it. I never thought I'd do this in my life, but here we are. Blue, 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 1. Sack this treasure token to tinker. Oh, I can't get Sphinx because they have Priest. I can't get Sphinx because they have Priest, and if I let them untap... Lotus. I really botched this one pretty hard. The Tinker doesn't work because they have Containment Priest in play. Huh. I guess... Blue... Name Outland Liberator. Wow, I botched this. Yup. Okay. What do you got here, opponent? Yikes. That is another Stoneforge Mystic. I do have the Hurkyl's Recall to beat that. But that is pretty unfortunate. Their Outland Liberator once again will not flip. Alright. So, what do I want to take out of play here? Can't be the Thalia. Can just straight up kill this Stoneforge. Take 8. Take... Oh, we'll go to 4. Okay. I was supposed to vamp in my upkeep. So, opponent activates this. 2, 4, 6. If I Herx them... Okay. I can Herx myself to name Stoneforge Mystic, but I still die to beats. Yes, we represent the strength here. Oh. This gets bigger and scarier if I don't cast something now. What's the answer here? Answer here is to get... What, Urza? I guess? Because it presents 2 bodies? I think we're just dead, though. Go to 2. Oh, I'm super dead. Opponent has to see that I'm super dead, to be honest. no point in casting the thing now. Make them go to attacks. Die. Yikes. I botched that one entirely. Urza land, yeah. I botched that one entirely when I tinkered, because in my mind I thought I could tinker for Sphinx, but because the Containment Priest got into play and I forgot about it, I was not able to do anything about it. And that was the reason to Force of Will. I couldn't Force of Will, right? I didn't have the extra mana to Force of Will. Yep. Oof. Rough. Well, 1 and 3. So we'll let this round conclude, play at least one more, and then kind of see where we're at from there. Stay tuned, everybody. Alright. Lost the die roll in round 5. Says no turn 1 interaction. And only a Hull Breacher and a top. They begin with 7 cards, sure. Mox. Workshop. Dies to turn 1 Trinisphere again, everybody. Let's go! Max punish. Like, how do I end up like this? Just like shops opponents with turn 1 Trinisphere perpetually. Yikes. Second workshop. Yikes. This is going to slowly drain me to death. Which means that I don't have forever. The opponent, like, this is a very slow clock. Like, I'm going to accelerate it a little bit with these. Each end of any of your end steps specifically. 6 mana. Golos, yes. This is where you show me Strip Mine, and I get real sad about it. No, Saga. Sure. This Hull Breacher is also not spectacular, I'm not gonna lie. This Null Rod? Yup. That's disgusting. I mean, all my 0 drops cost 3 anyway, so, like, what are we gonna do about it? Got it. Good. Great. I'm gonna pitch this Flusterstorm when I go to my discard. Alright. Opponent does currently have the ability to make Saga constructs. They're gonna poke me with Golos, sure. Yep. Seems correct. Sure. Gross. Not just dead yet. I'm gonna discard Hull Breacher here. Because basically I'm on... Play all my 0 drops. Which I don't think I have time to do.
Oh, island. Island. Now, deck. I know I said land. It needs to not be Tolarian Academy. You understand? I guess this doesn't matter, right? I go to 11. Yeah. No, I'm just dead. They have a God for a statue trigger. Forgot about that entirely. Not dispute. Herx. Needle, Island, Karn. Cut all my Fluster Storms. Cut Misstep. Cut Citadel. Consider the rest of these. Probably just ignore them. Try to kill someone quickly. Quick Tinker would be the tops. Would also accept Karn. Early Urza would be pretty gas. I would love to play first. Interesting. This is... Keep. Mox. Key. Delta, go. Sphere's fine. Opponent has a Mox as well, sure. Ooh, very good. Very good, very good, very good. Trinisphere? What do you got? No? Okay. That makes Sphere into more mana than I can pay. That also means that they can't cast anything. Hurts you. Float blue, yes. What are you trying to cast? Nothing? Okay. They're just gonna use the blue to replay their Mox, I guess. Is this where you show me strip mine and I get a little upset? Saga. Okay, I don't care about Saga. I can beat a Saga. This one. This one. So what's kind of beautiful about this is that if opponent strips me off of Saga, because they think that's the card that I actually care about right now, when it's really this Urza that's going to kind of generate mana and make sure that if they have a null rod effect, it doesn't matter. That feels pretty great. That's a good one. Not gonna lie to you. Revoker, sure. What are we revoking? Key? Mox? Time Vault. Reasonable. 3. This is the other sphere. No? Not the other sphere?
Sure. Okay, so you have decided that you value constructs higher than you value. Of course, we draw the thing. One, two, blue, blue. So I'm probably going to take a beat from their construct anyway. I think that this is a good time to try to jam this Time Vault. Jamming Time Vault here mostly because it turns this construct into a 5/5. This is all fine. And also this Urza says that this Revoker just can't attack. Like, now that I have this Time Vault in play, this Urza just says, okay, you're not attacking. All right. Yep, that's fine. What? You can't shut off Urza with that. This is another one that shuts off, like, Key or Time Vault. Needle to shut off my Sagas. Mana Vault. Okay, you need mana. I understand. Do you have the Needle? Is that where we're at? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. You just gonna lattice me? I feel like opponent might just lattice me, but I don't... Yeah. I mean, yeah. Ancient Tomb, sure. Sphere. It's quite a game we got ourselves into, opponent. You gonna crash for 11? No, I'm good. I can't activate. I can tutor, which is gonna make mine a little bigger. I'm gonna grab a needle. I'm gonna name Karn. Great creator. Well, I guess that's equal because Saga was already an artifact thanks to Mycos and Platis. Alright, opponent. Like, this stops them from wishing again. Not that I know what they would wish for. This could have also shut off Saga, which I guess I can do with another one. Found ourselves in quite a battle here. Golos, yes. That is probably the nail in the coffin, honestly. Unfortunate. They get a Saga, yep. Another sphere, sure. They made a big dumb, I understand. No, I will not. You're the one that has the thing clocking you in play, man. Friend, I suppose. Like, You're just gonna keep... You gonna tap it? No? Okay. Like, we have an equal number of cards in library. This is where things are gonna get problematic. That's a 15-15. Now they just get to attack, and I'm... I think we're done. No, thank you. Where were you, Tinker? Where were you? We needed you, Tinker. Yikes. Sure. So there's another loss to prison shops. Big oof. Yeah. That was a hand that feasibly should have... Like, that hand should have been fine. Opponent having Karn into Lattice was problematic. I think that if I needle Saga instead of, maybe that changes the texture where they can't start leveraging themselves further ahead. I don't know. Yeah, so, that one in the books. We'll catch you in round 5, I guess. So we may as well lean into it. I won the die roll. Hooray. This hand doesn't do anything at all. Yeah. This hand does some interaction. I think we're going to put down Urza? Where my opponent goes, ha 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 ha, Trinisphere Wasteland go. Yep. This card is going to be very good. Emery's fine. Time Vault, sure. Thought Monitor pretty good, not gonna lie. Bauble, yep. Bauble me, yeah. What did you... It doesn't show me what you saw. Wild. You don't say. Gonna Hercules recall my opponent, see what happens. Blue Fluster? Okay. No, thank you. I will not pay one for Flusterstorm. Alright. Needle? Needle name what? Narset? You don't know about the Time Vault. I guess you could just name it in the blind. Like, that's a reasonable thing for you to do. Oh, Saga. Sure. Don't care about that at all. Yeah, like... I'm gonna take two. One has two cards in hand. Yup. Got bobbled. That's a Hull Breacher. Cast it. Show me Force of Will? Shows me Force of Will. No. 5-mana Force of Will. Got it. Makes sense. Alright. Yup. Bauble. Their own Saga, sure. So opponent has a blue card. Gets their own Time Vault. Yup. Do you just have key? You don't just have key. Your plan is to get key with Saga. Holy crap. Gonna float this. I guess. Grab Soul Ring? You got it or no? Cast this one. Alright, what now? Crack this. Are you kidding me? Yikes. Yikes. Okay. Guess that's where we are. I have at least... I might have a turn. Might have a turn. Yikes. Okay. What? Misstep is actually pretty bad in this matchup. Fluster is only like medium. I cut the Sphinx, bring in Karn. Their artifacts are really important to them. Bring in the removal, I guess. Cut some Flusters. Oh, I actually... Nope, want to keep my Ponder, thanks. Maybe... That can go... I don't think I'm going to cut every Fluster. Twister feels like a questionable liability. Yeah? Alright. Opponent's mulligan to 6. We're looking at potentially mulliganing to 5. They want this top. Mox, yep. Mox, sure. Alright. This. Draw. My brainstorm. Okay. They have their top, sure. Seed of the Synod. Thoughtcast, draw 2, sure. Saga. Top. Top of my library is Black Lotus Island question mark. Yup, that's unfortunate. No sense in trying to Fluster there because Fluster didn't beat it. Top. I think Island Saga Lotus? Nope. I will cast my Black Lotus. gonna spin top. Sure. So here's the thing, right? Like, this Herx is actually reasonable in the matchup, but Herx in the... Okay, that makes it a little better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This makes a Thought Monitor 2 mana. Narset's fine, actually. Force of Will. Okay. Herx you? Can't fluster and make, so I don't think it's worth it. No thanks. Let's activate this now. Alright. Saga. Okay. This construct will kill their Narset. I can needle their top. So I don't think I'm really worried about anything else right now. Sunset's Divining Top. Cool. Alright. I think I still like this as a game plan. Alright. Yes. I could probably cut push and get away with bringing a fluster. I'm more worried about Narset than I am Emery by a lot. Yeah. In this, I definitely need to have some early interaction. That'll do it. Easy keep. Easy keep. So the question here is going to be where we pick our fights. The pitch card is Ponder. Bobble's fine. Mox is fine. Opal? Yep. Saga, sure. Mox.
Island. Walk. Only has 2 cards in hand. So that would be a weird position for them to decide to pick a fight in. That's sick. Needle. We name Urza Saga here. It's the only pressure they have in play. And I'm gonna... I think I'm just gonna pass. Hold up every piece of interaction I have. Give myself the ability to ponder on a future turn if I want it. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's fine. Opal, blue, red. Counter. Yup. Saga. Time Vault. Right now, their Saga's gonna needle for Time Vault or for key, either way. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they got top. Interesting. Mox is fine. Lotus is fine. Red. Top. Sure. Currently, the only blue mana they have access to is Lotus. Oh, I guess they do have an Opal. Opal is also a blue mana. That's definitely worth noting. Draw a card. Yep. I've shown you the kill. Five. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Clever opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. This is all fine. They need to dig. I'm really confused as to why opponent didn't just grab the needle off of... Yep, there's top again, which we knew. Another thought cast, sure. Is that the game plan? Just keep... Okay. Academy's a decent one. Not gonna lie. Spin top. Like, it's still on you to find an answer to this Time Vault. Alright. 4. Draw a card with top. Yup. Thought monitor, sure. Redraw top and one new one. I would not like to reply a replacement effect. Okay. I have hard force of will. Top, sure. Wait. Spin top, sure. Draw with top, yup. Seed of Synod. Thought cast, sure. So far, none of this matters to stop what I want to do, and that's why it's just all resolving. 6. Spin top again.
I mean, opponent, you can have 1, 2, 3 thought casts, a thought monitor. Memory's fine. Memory also isn't stopping me. There goes your Bolus's Citadel and your Ancestral. Your key is fine. Opponent spins top again. If opponent is sandbagging a Flusterstorm here, we could be in for some trouble, but I don't think they're going to be able to do all of the things, even if they found Vault. Sick.
All right, so won this one. That puts us at 2 and 4, and we'll be back for round 7 in a bit. Error 23 UK. Okay. This is basically a mulligan anyway, right? Because the Citadel's here, but I think I'm gonna mull it. That ain't it. Jesus. Ship Time Vaults. Ship Lotus. Sure. I have a Force of Negation that'll get me through a Sphere effect if opponent is on shops. Yep. It ain't great. Maybe there's an argument to just keep Time Vault. Ship one of these Moxes, keep Time Vault, just jam Time Vault on turn 1 and make opponent respect it. Opponent said bug. Okay. Is this where you just collector with me and I die? Because, like, that's where we're at, friend. Nope. Deathred Shaman, sure. Okay. Sick. Saga. Soul Ring. Misstep? Sick, yup. Mox. Mox. Alright. Collector Roof. Show it to me, opponent. Yup. Blue. Blue. Black. Oh, yeah, that's whatever. That's like super whatever. Oh. Hey, basic lands are good, friends. We're about 100% to needle opponent's Deathray Shaman here, not gonna lie. Sure. Opponent whiffed on their Narset. Blue Ponder, yup. Them whiffing on Narset feels great. Strip mine. I'm gonna make it 3/3. And then this Deathray Shaman no, Deathray Shaman is not activating. Force Pitch Dig. Opponent has determined they need this Deathray Shaman to play Magic. Alright. Opponent didn't find anything. That feels good. Force of Vigor. Sick. Black. Green. Blue. Oof. Decay. Sure. You took the clock out of play. This is where I have Flusterstorm, you resolve Collector Roof, and I just flounder, right? Never mind. That's so good. Letting the opponent have that time walk feels like they start to really pull ahead. Opponent has too many cards in deck that just put me dead on board. Like a Collector Roof here would be super savage. Yep. Well, that doesn't do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're a couple of draw steps away from that mattering. I mean, that helps, but that isn't exactly what we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Need 2 more mana. Just like draw Black Lotus. Blue. Ancestral yourself? Oh, Cruise. Sure. Misty Fetch. Sure. Goyf. Swole Goyf. Lotus. Cast. Tinker? You got the Force Will? You don't have the Force Will. Always yield. Time Walk. Spin. Can't play that as land. Losing that Saga kind of sucks. Draw this. Hull Breacher. Play Delta. Probe you. One has Fluster, Daze, Leable. Nice. Cast Scroll. Grab Ancestral. Clears this land away. That really doesn't matter, opponent, but I appreciate you thinking it does. I guess I don't need to do that right now, right? We can fetch this away. Key. Lotus. Ponder. This. Do not shuffle. Can we... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Red. Cool. Board in disputes. Push, eliminate, dismember. Land. Fluster is a pretty medium value against Bug. A lot of their threats don't line up well. Misstep is fine, but not incredible. Herx doesn't do anything at all. Probably cut that. It's probably... Yeah, I think I cut that. Twister's a liability. They have Leovolts and stuff. Cut Vamp. Shave 2 Flusters. Let's actually keep that. I'll cut Misstep. Yeah, this is fine. So, Sphinx is gas because they just literally can't answer Sphinx of the Steel Wind. Everything they have that would be able to interact with Sphinx of the Steel Wind, Oko. Yep. Just gonna let this happen. If they oof me, they oof me. Yeah, their answers to Sphinx of the Steel Wind would include things like Trophy and Oko, and neither one of those actually answers Sphinx of the Steel Wind. Great. Deathroot Shaman. Sure, that's fine. Sapphire. Time Walk. They have to have double force. Turn 2 Sphinx of the Steel Wind versus Bug. Feels great. Sick. Cool. Well, that's 2-0 versus Bug. That puts us 3 and 4. We'll see y'all in round 8. We won the die roll. We get to play first. I mean, yeah. Wild. I kept 7, opponent chose to concede. Huh. I mean, that one's pretty busted, not gonna lie. Alright. Weird. I don't know. I wonder if opponent meant to drop? That has to be, right? Like, opponent had to have intended on dropping. Did they... No, they're still... 3 and 5. Weird. Alright, everybody. I'll, see you in like an hour for round 9, I guess. Oh... Alright. Okay. So this is personal friend guess. I'm gonna keep. Like, this vamp is dead at the moment, but that's okay. Deathroot Shaman. Resolves. Okay. So this is just vamp for Tinker. Yep. Jig's up. The jig is up. Oh, what a way for the day to end. What a way for the day to end. Blue, green. You got the force back? Verdant. Make mana. Ponder, sure. Play this. Play this. Sick. Oh, this is such a game. Blue. Tarmogoyf, sure. Fan for Tinker. Yeah. That seems about right. Yep, fire off. Easy block. Activate. Top. Tutor. Get Lotus. Play Lotus. Draw. Recast. Of course. Recast. Walk. Saga. Brainstorm. Yeah. Oh! Yep. Okay. So, bring these in, bring this in, this in, this in, this in. Cut Hurkle's Recall. Alright. Time Twister. All the cheap. This is probably just fine. Play first? Yes, please. Keep. Okay. So this one has a slightly different plan. This is turn 1, Mox, Manifold Key, Misty Rainforest, go. And then the plan is to Vampiric Tutor for Time Vault. Yup. Sure. Okay. David smells there's something up here. Amp. Got force. Go grab. Time Vault. So I do have to pass the turn here. David's also kind of priced. He's definitely priced into elking this. Start mowing down his Oko. Turns his thing into an elk. Gas. All right. How busted? Oh, that's pretty busted. I will continue to attack with my Time Vault. What David doesn't know is that me attacking my Time Vault is actually like pretty solid for me. Land drop? No, top, right. Urza. Top. Sick. I now get to be a little more patient. He's another one on the back foot. I have this Urza. I will spin this top. Where's it? Scroll disputes. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. Gonna get another one of these, making him think it matters. There's a dispute up top, but he can pay for it. That's fine. Scroll. What do we want to scroll for? Force? Probably just force. Alright. Don't think I want another Urza. Maybe I want another... I don't hate another Urza. Land, dispute, Urza. Take this Narset down. Get disputes. Spin top. Tinker's like the best card on the planet right here. Gross. Attack for 5. Cast another Urza. Keep the new one. Make another construct. Say go. He can't pay? Can't pay is hilarious. Sick. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this seems exactly like what I want to do. I just need to keep a little more interactive hand in game 2. Make sure I don't get dumpstered by like a turn 1 collector roof. Sure. Yeah, I'm in. So, this is a card that like I cut in a lot of matchups because if opponent could have Hull Breacher or a Leold or something like that, I'd just rather not have it trapped in hand as a random nothing card. Like against the non-blue decks, you just get to kind of meme them. You put a Hull Breacher into play in their end step and then on tap, slam Time Twister, make 1,000,000,000 mana, and Mind Twist them. But in the blue matchups, I'm way less interested. All right. I mean, Heat. This is a hand that just gets to ignore all his garbage. This is a hand that goes basic land into basic land. Yep. Tutor, sure. Tutor for Time Walk. It's also a good one. Cast my Mox. Cast Ponder. Take. Misty, push, fluster. Don't shuffle. Not like in a huge hurry here. Wasteland, sure. Pithy Needle. Name Wasteland. This smells like an opposition agent. Sure. Okay. What did you pitched a Death Threat Shaman to do that? That's Mox. Make him pull the trigger on this wasteland. Breach. Yep. Attack. I feel like he's got a bunch of green cards stranded. You got it? No. He might have the borrower, though. Or he's drawing to the borrower. Kill your target. Cast top. Nice. Ooh. And so there ends our Vintage Eternal weekend run. 5-4. I'm not upset about that. Like, are we outside of prizes? Yeah. But like, for the first time I've played Vintage in multiple years, the first series of times, and for my first Eternal weekend ever, I'll take 5-4. So there it is. That is the end of round 9, which you'll see at up to 384 players, round 9. That does it. That puts us at the end of the Eternal Weekend event. I appreciate everybody who watched this to the end. This is even cut up. This is going to be a long one. This is, ooh, yikes. You know, about a cool 8 hours worth of Magic. But, this was great. Thank you for hanging out. 5-4. 5-4 with Blue Tinker. Alright. Cheers, everybody.